Now this is something that was asked on my Unity forum page. How to play music and different types of music depending on how many papers were picked up. I thought that was pretty good and a few people want to know about that, so I'll just do a little video on that. Okay, so the scenario is after 2 papers have been collected, then some music will start to play. Now after 4 papers have been collected, that music is going to change. So we're going to have more than one audio clip. And then if we pick up 6 papers, we'll change that audio again. Now for this example, I've just dragged in some click tracks that I made for another audio project I was doing. These are definitely not suitable for this kind of purpose, but it's going to clearly show and indicate the changes in the audio clips depending on the number of papers collected. So I've just got a couple of different click tracks here that I'm going to be using. Alright. Of course you want to have some really decent music going, not just some click tracks. So let's get this all coded in and happening. Now, before I continue much further, in this scenario I'm going to be playing an audio clip on an audio source. It's not going to be play one shot or play clip at point, because there's a good chance that you want this audio to loop. You might have a 1.5-minute long audio about music track, but the player could be running around for 5 minutes trying to find the next paper, so you don't want that audio to stop, you want it to loop. So on the player object, we're going to add a component. We're going to add an audio source component. Alright? I'm going to take off play on awake. And you can have your own sound playing at the start, but for me I'm going to set it up so it only goes start playing music after 2 or 3 papers. So let's just save that scene before I go too far. Okay, and then we want... Okay, we've only got collect papers. Yeah, but this is working off how many papers are collected, so this is going to be on the collect papers script. So let's open up that. Now here's where we're collecting papers, and this is where we know our count, and it's being incremented. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it in here. I should add some comments here. Play paper has been picked up. Sound. Okay, so we know what that's for. Destroy the paper. Okay, and then what are we going to do now? We're going to change the music based on the number of papers collected. You know what? I think, yeah, you should have music playing from the start, shouldn't you? Alright, I am going to set that up. Alright, first of all, we need a variable to store all our audio clips in. Now what I'm going to use is I'm going to use an array. So let's create a var music clips, and this will be of type audio clip, but this is going to be an array of audio clips. So we want to change that audio clip depending on what's being played. I've decided I'm going to contradict my introduction. So, music's playing, we have our first track playing, but then if papers is equal to 2, so if 2 papers have been collected, first of all, we're going to stop the current audio from playing, and then we're going to change the audio clip. So the audio clip is now going to equal, what do I call it? Music clips. And okay, alright, let's finish this off. I'm going to be playing the second clip, okay, which is In the array, remember arrays count from 0, 1, 2, so 1 is going to be the second audio clip. Let's just set up a start. So I said I am going to play music from the start now. I've changed my mind. This is going to be start function. So we're going to say audio dot clip equals music clips 0. Okay, so when the game starts, the first music track in the music clips array is going to start playing. We better tell it to. Audio dot play. Okay, and I suppose we should set the audio to loopable just in case we've forgotten. Audio dot loop, yep, equals true, just in case we've forgotten in the inspector, because I already turned it off. So in the start, we're going to set the audio to loop. We're going to set the first clip as being the first clip in our array, which is 0, and then we're going to tell it to play. Okay, now we come down. If we've collected 2 papers, let's stop that first track from playing. Let's change the clip to the second track, and then let's play that. So we resume play. Okay, so now we've set that up, pretty much everything else will fall into place. So if I can just copy all that, 2, 4, 6, and make sure you renumber them. Papers collected is equal to 4. Then let's play the third track, which is at position 2 in the array. If papers collected is 6, let's play the fourth track, which is position 3 in the array. Okay, so every 2 papers that are collected, the music track should change. Now, we could use else if here. It's a little bit inelegant, but we don't want to check every single one of these ifs. So if papers collected is equal to 2, it's going to do this, and then it's not going to worry about doing all these other checks because that condition's been met. Okay, so if papers is not equal to 2, it's going to do its next check. So the only time it's going to do every single check is if the papers is an odd number, but I can live with that. Okay, so that's pretty much the whole script set up there. Let's have a look in the inspector and see what's going on. So this is on the player. We now have an audio source component. Let's just minimize the player health. And you can see I did leave loop unticked. If I hit play quickly here, there in the start function, we set it up to play. Now it's already saying array is out of range because we haven't given it any music clips. That's what we're going to do right now. So music clips, currently the size is 0. We don't have any audios. I'm just going to drag in my click tracks. There we go. Clip 1, 2, 3, and after 6 papers, it'll play the last one. So we should get some different sounds. Alright, so make sure you save your scene after you've done all your setup. And let's just give it a play test. So the first sound, as soon as we start playing, should be my bass sound. So there we go. Pick up the first paper. No change in the audio. Here we go for the second paper. And there we go. That first track has stopped. We've changed the clip. Let's just keep going. There we go. We changed clip again. And we've changed clip again. And there we go. Okay, so that's about it. That's how you can add some music that can play along, and also the music can change depending on the amount of papers you've collected. Now you can mix this up how you want. If you've only got 3 tracks, you could say papers equals 3, and then 6. Or you can have each time you pick up a paper, you can start playing a different music track. That would be awesome.